Acuna leads things off. The first of the 6 All-Stars in this group with Michael Garcia, Luis Suarez, and Eugenio Suarez to follow. Shortstop of the Rockies is Ezequiel Tovar. Gleyber Torres at second base. Wilyer Abreu, the hero from Saturday night. Contreras and Jackson Chourio round things out against Nolan. Buckle up right away. It's Ronald Acuna to lead off the game for Venezuela. And he takes ball 1 from Nola. It was no surprise to see the way that he lit the fire on Saturday night. Tends to have a flair for the dramatic. Takes Yoshinobu Yamamoto deep to start that game. He's faced Aaron Nola more than 60 times in the Major League regular season. He's a .330 hitter against him with 4 home runs.
Well, Nola, when he's good, he's going to get a high chase percentage from the league because that means he's throwing strikes and he's going to get guys to chase his fast off-speed stuff. And I think that's going to be the key again for tonight. Got some good fastball hitters on this team.
Nola to Acuna with a 1-1 pitch. And a line drive to right center field. Jacob Marcy's there for the first out of the game. You mentioned it being a wonky year last year for Aaron Nola. This guy who's 3 times in his career been top 10 in Cy Young voting. Last year he had a 6 ERA, injured his ankle, and he's working his way back from that, and he suffered a stress fracture in his rib and just never could get right.
No, when you have a lower half injury, especially to your base, and you're not going to have a great year because that's so important for pitching.
Persona Michael Garcia is high and tight.
And then you compensate, and then something else gets hurt. You know, it just was one of those years he'd like to forget, but boy, oh boy, he's off to a good start in what would be considered spring training, but a high-level tournament, pitching Team Italy to a championship possibly.
Here's his 1-0 to Garcia, who bunts it along third. Jacob Fisher's only chances with a barehanded throws wide. Michael Garcia, who homered to ignite the comeback on Saturday, has a bunt hit to give Venezuela the first base runner.
Well, both of these managers are going to apply the whatever it takes. And whatever it takes, whether it's small ball, whether it's relying on the home run to get to the championship, they're going to use every facet of the game.
Garcia's aboard. And Luis Suarez comes up to the plate. 3-time batting champ. Statuesque.
I talked about how much fun I have when I watch Nola. I have the same respect and fun watching Arise bat because it's a throwback. It's not what we see very often. And his command of the strike zone and his just doesn't swing and miss very often.
There goes Garcia. Arise lost the fly ball to center field from Marcy. Comes on, makes the catch. He's got a chance at 2. Throw back to first in time. Picked by Pasquantino. A double play. Jacob Marcy in his home ballpark. The young Miami Marlin with a double play to finish off this first inning.
Buenas noches, mi gente. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo Venezuela e Italia.
We're with Liam after his 4th
Vamos con toda
military move.
Venezuela, vamos con toda Venezuela.
When being
Vamos
new
bajante.
is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Look at this little beauty I found in the garden.
Nice snake, Chris.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, new Alexa Plus.
That is full-on AI. I mean, we're all buddy-buddies, then the next minute she's trying to kill us.
And how exactly would I do that, Chris?
I could just be chilling in the pool one day.
I think I'll close the pool cover. You crazy. Your car's here. I gotta go. Love you. You seem tense. Can I book you a massage? And a cinnamon scrub?
I do love a cinnamon scrub.
For years, Mike's worn a baseball cap to hide his thinning hair. which makes everyone think he's good at baseball. He's terrible. But since choosing Nutrafol to help him grow visibly thicker, fuller hair, he's on track for a comeback. Just not one that involves baseball. Hats off to you, Mike. Hats off to you.
Well, I'll have another. Make it a double.
Dad, Mom thinks she's at a resort again.
Yeah, she told me.
When you'd rather not resort to a virtual resort,
This is much better in real life.
it matters where you stay.
Looking good, babe.
Book your spring break travel now. Hilton for the stay.
Well, this is a lineup that has 4 minor leaguers in it, has 3 big leaguers that have played less than 100 games in the majors, but only the Dominican Republic has been more productive than this group. More than half of their hits have gone for extra bases, bunch of home runs in pool play. And then in the quarterfinal against Puerto Rico, it was paper cuts. They had 6 singles, they had 8 walks, bunch of tough at-bats up and down this order. Sam Antonacci leads things off for Italy. Cater Montero's first pitch is a fastball that misses downstairs.
Well, this young man's got a really good arm, and he's had some outstanding playoff success for the Tigers the last couple times.
Now, 2 years going back and forth between the big leagues and AAA, but then you're talking about in the playoffs, 8 1/3 innings the last 2 years, no runs. And Omar Lopez, the manager for Venezuela, was watching. So as soon as they had a roster spot, he said Montero's the first guy who popped into his head to fill it. For a big game like this, trying to pitch Venezuela to its first championship game, even though it's only going to be 45 to 50 pitches, this is the guy they wanted to get it started. Here's his 2-1 to Antonacci. 2-2.
Yeah, it'll be a pass the baton type of game for the pitchers for Team Venezuela. And when you have these kind of games, you just want to put your teammate in the best case scenario when you pass it off, meaning don't give up any runs and keep the train moving.
Antonacci leading things off and fouling it off. White Sox minor leaguer, one of the 4 minor leaguers in this lineup. You say minor leaguer, but it's not that they're not good. It's just that these are young players who haven't yet established themselves. Team Italy is really a whole group of Italian Americans. They've got 22 players with major league experience, 21 of those born in the United States. On another 2-2, Antonacci has worked it full. Francisco Cervelli played for Team Italy 2009 and in 2017. And now managing them for the first time. Really has devoted his life to taking over Team Italy. He said devoted his life to a tournament the last 2 weeks. Well, he's moved to Italy. He's got a van, and he drives around the country trying to uncover baseball talent, trying to spread love of the game. He said if this is a success, then the country is going to be a totally different place than where he found it in terms of its relationship with baseball. Strike 3 call. He finally retires Antonacci for the first out of the night.
Well, it's already making the front page of the sports, which never would it have that scenario playing out with soccer and the other sports they have over there. So it's already a victory, but he's not worried about that being a temporary thing. He wants to get to the championship and shock everybody.
John Birdie, one of the guys of major league experience on this roster. Sinker to the knees, strike 1 on Birdie. Played in this ballpark for the Miami Marlins a couple years ago and led the majors in stolen bases, 41 of them in the 2022 season. That was before the stolen base, the bigger bases and pickoff rule. 41 is a huge number that year. John's trying to make his case to get a big league contract. 36 years old, does not have a team at this point. Having a good WBC with an on base of 500. He's homered, he's stolen a base. This tournament means a lot to just about everybody and for different reasons. For John, it can be a showcase. 2-2. only undefeated team left in the World Baseball Classic. Team Italy beat USA, beat Mexico in pool play, and then took down Puerto Rico in the quarterfinals. The deepest run they've made in the World Baseball Classic. Three and two. First start for Montero in the Classic. He worked out of the bullpen in pool play with 3 scoreless innings against Nicaragua. He's used to this swing roll. It's what he's played for the Tigers his first 2 years. His payoff is line towards center field and a base hit. First knock of the night for Team Italy comes from John Birdie.
When you look at these two offenses, they do a good job at not really striking out that much. They've drawn out a lot of good at-bats, and since we've been watching Team Italy, I've been impressed with the quality of their at-bats. Of course, they have 12 home runs, but a relatively low strikeout total for a team that's had 12 home runs.
Yeah, and again, didn't have any of them in the quarters and drew 8 walks to spark those rallies against a Puerto Rico pitching staff that had been awesome. Marcy goes up the middle. This is going to be a double play with a pick thanks to a rise right there on a bad throw from Tovar. After an inning in Miami, no score in the semifinal.
No one goes to Hank's for his spreadsheets. He doesn't sell them. He does sell a darn good slice. When business slowed, Hank decided to bring back the $1 slice. He just asked Copilot in Excel to help make it work. Suddenly, Hank says, "You gotta try this place," kind of thing.
All right.
Hank makes the pizza.
Hey, how you doing?
Copilot handles the spreadsheets.
Enjoy.
The best against the best.
What do you know about this baseball? Where samurai swing bats. Here, teammates become opponents. Anyone can be a superhero. And stadiums become orchestras. This is baseball, with nothing held back. Expect everything.
All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Same night every week. You bring the couch, we'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America, only on Fox. Hello, Newgarden and a hungry pack battle for a win as the road to Indy continues at Barber. Sunday, March 29th on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth. All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Fans are back. Celebrations are back. Same night every week, no thinking required. You bring the couch, we'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America, only on Fox. The IndyCar Series rolls into Barber, where Palou, Newgarden, and a hungry pack battle for a win. The road to Indy continues. Sunday, March 29th on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth.
To the second inning we go. No score. Joe Davis, John Smoltz, Ken Rosenthal, Tom Verducci, and Omar Lopez, who's the bench coach for the Astros, a baseball lifer. Second World Baseball Classic as the manager for Team Venezuela. He spent 28 years in the Astros organization, got his start as a scout and a coach at their Venezuelan academy, and first made his name. He was the first guy to give Jose Altuve a chance. Play the little guy, he kept telling people back in the States. Well, Altuve get a start to his, what will be Hall of Fame career. Strike one on Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah, we had a good talk with him and just his passion for what he does. And that's just oozed out of him when you think about the position they take. And they just not, managers don't have a lot of freedom of upside in this thing, right? They have all problems, pain, and stress, but he has really embraced it, taken the approach of putting a box and literally saying egos and saying drop your egos in here and then pick them up on your way out and bring them back to your team.
There was enough star power where you could have some pretty heavy egos, but it's a bunch of selfless guys that have come together to make this deep run for Venezuela. And he said his whole goal as the manager is to make his country happy. Well, mission accomplished on Saturday night. He said folks were dancing in the streets back home after they beat Japan.
I was waiting for him to say, a player came and said, you're going to need a bigger box.
That was a pretty big night for us. He's the player himself, played 100 games in the minors. He said he would have been a Hall of Famer if the field was pointed the other way. Anytime he sees a guy foul one back, he's like, that was me. 2-2 on Suarez.
Yeah, whatever that angle is that goes to foul balls over the front, over the dugout on the first base side, whatever that angle is, he said if the field was that angle, I'm pretty good.
King of the flare foul. 2-2 on Suarez. Rounds it foul. You can always feel pretty good about making a bet. You're going to have a home run or a strikeout when Eugenio Suarez is at the plate.
That's exactly right. He definitely is ready to swing and ready to lift the ball.
325 home runs in his career. That's third all time for players from Venezuela. Miguel Cabrera, Andres Galarraga, and then Eugenio Suarez, who stays alive here.
Got quite the coaching staff over there in Team Venezuela. There's a bunch of guys over there that were tough outs.
Including Cabrera, who's the hitting coach.
Yeah.
Victor Martinez, the assistant manager. The pitching coach is Johan Santana. Not just a star-studded lineup. Wow, this is interesting. Suarez had asked for time, had stepped out of the box, but the home plate umpire, Jeremy Rehak, didn't give it to him. So he was skating back into the box as that pitch came home and did well to stay alive still.
Wow, that was crazy. And great hand-eye coordination.
Wow. Miguel Cabrera, they say, is the loudest guy on the bench. Badly wants his country to win this thing. He played in the first 5 World Baseball Classics for Venezuela. 2-2. This is the 9th pitch to Suarez. Yeah, and he takes it just low. Who is this guy?
There is Miguel Cabrera. My goodness. What an incredible hitter.
All-starter right here in Miami for him. A payoff pitch. Breaks in for strike 3. Nola wins the battle on the 10th pitch with that curveball.
If Nola, like I said, throws enough strikes with his fastball, this curveball becomes his weapon. He front doors the curveball, which means he buckles a right-handed hitter because it starts in and then just finishes in. And the hitter is always looking for that ball to break the other way out over the plate.
Well, he's right. That pitch is one of the best in the league. Comes home to Ezequiel Tovar. Starts him with a fastball for a strike. And against Mexico, Nola had the curveball working. He had misses on half of the swings against it. His pitching coach, Caleb Cotham, said after watching that game it was a Nola masterclass. Phillies fans, their staff, so excited what they saw as he tries to have a bounce-back year. 1-1 on Tovar.
Tovar's pretty good middle to down. He's got some weak spots up. It's a good matchup for him because Nola likes to keep the ball down, that two-seam sinker and then the curveball.
Tovar 6 out of 9 in this tournament. Swings and misses at that changeup for strike 2. There's Andres Jimenez, who figured to at least split time with Tovar at the start of the tournament, but it's undeniable what Tovar's done. And he's in there in this winner go-home semi. 24-year-old Colorado Rocky. Takes in the dirt, 2-2. Said to Omar Lopez today, you've unlocked a beast here in Tovar. And Lopez very quickly said, no, the WBC has unlocked a beast in Tovar. A few of these guys elevated by the environment in here. Everything at stake. Got to have the right temperament, though, right? Because it's going to raise everybody through the roof And Lopez said it's the guys with the calmer, steadier personalities that are thriving.
Yeah, because it's a unique tournament and it has so many different pressure points. The emotion you can play for and play with, you can sustain that in this tournament. You cannot sustain that in a long baseball season. And that's why you see everybody getting out of the dugout, doing everything they have to do, because they realize how important it is. And it might rub some people the wrong way until they realize this is not a normal tournament. It's bigger for other countries than anything else they ever play in.
Another long AB here. Tovar chases. Strike three. Back-to-back Ks for Nola on that curve.
Here's the other thing nobody talks about. When you lose getting to this point, it's like falling off of a cliff, because now you're like, oh, I got to go back and make my way back to my team. Not that you don't want to do that. You're on such an adrenaline high and you want to play to the end. I mean, no greater example than Team Japan. What did they fly? 15,000 miles or so for one game? And turn around. Now, for some of the stars in Major League Baseball, they didn't go back to Japan. They went back to their teams. But for the rest of them, they go back home.
Similar deal for Team Korea. Came here, got beat the Dominicans in the quarterfinal. Ball on Gleyber Torres. Yeah, you have the emotional high of this tournament. It feels like Game 7 of the World Series a lot of nights. And then you go back, not just your big league team, but back to the end of spring training, where it's kind of in the doldrums, even if you're not coming off of this.
Yeah, you're saying, ugh. And then some of them are going to AAA or AA, and it's even a different scenario. So it's an experience they'll never forget, but it's one they want to last and get to a championship for sure.
Well, the good news is the real thing starts next week. Opening day across Major League Baseball, Wednesday and Thursday next week. For Gleyber Torres, that'll be with the Detroit Tigers, his second season there. He's an all-star in his first year in Detroit. Bounced along third and foul. Torres had a great first half. Second half, not nearly as good, and it was like, what was going on? Well, it turns out he was fighting a bad injury and had to have a hernia surgery at the end of the year. We're hoping that has that clear, and he's going to be back to what he did in that all-star first half. He led off for the American League in the all-star game as the starting second baseman. One of the 6 all-stars in this Venezuela lineup. On paper, huge advantage for Team Venezuela tonight. What stands in their way, though, is Aaron Nola, lone all-star for Team Italy. His payoff pitch is lined to left center field and a base hit for Torres. 2-out single.
That one hung a little bit. He stayed on it. Just gets it over the shortstop. Does a good job staying back. Keeps his hands back. Even if you get a little out in front, keep your hands back on a breaking ball. If you think right center on a breaking ball, you're going to pull it, but you'll have the right approach to hit that pitch.
Wilyer Abreu, one of the biggest heroes of this tournament. Skies the first pitch he sees into center field. It was Abreu that had the game-winning home run against Japan, but here he flies out on the first pitch against Nola.
Holy smokes! You don't look so good, boss.
Tell me about it. It's a real inferno down here, and I'm burnt out.
Here, try a Red Bull. It's devilishly good.
Red Bull? Oh, that tastes heavenly. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Wings? Wings? I can't have wings. Not in my position.
Red Bull gives you wings.
My taxes pay for these roads. When I get back,
goes to my family. Straight Talk always offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers. Straightforward, always.
No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises. And now plans starting at just $25 a month.
Hi.
Hi! Chocolate fundraiser. With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Hang on a second. Curl me for that ultra? Curl you? So smooth. Yes, it is.
Buenas noches, mi gente. Buenas noches. Están mirando el canal. ¿Qué le está apareciendo? Venezuela con Italia. Señores, si conoce un venezolano, mándele, comparte el canal, compártalo, por favor, denle a me gusta, suscríbanse, activen la campanita, compártalo con su familia, compártalo con los venezolanos, mándenselo a los venezolanos, los chamos. Gracias, mi gente.
Caps, t-shirts, and more. MLBShop.com, the official source for all your WBC gear.
That's gold mine right now. The amount of jerseys and stuff. Woo.
Francisco Cervelli was saying he heard Team Italy gear flies off of the shelf faster than anybody's during the WBC. Catching on in Italy, but a lot of that has to do with the proud Italian Americans that have latched onto this team. And here's the face of this group of Italian Americans, Vinny Pasquantino, who's from Richmond, Virginia, but as Tom Verducci told you, has become the captain, the heart and soul of this team, ringleader of all the fun they're having. He's just happy to get involved on the field, though, because he was doing all this stuff off of the field. Yeah. But he was 0 for his first 12 going into the Mexico game when he turned it on in a big way with the first 3 home run game in Classic history.
Yeah, it was all in his plan, I think. You know, like take care of his teammates, and then when they needed him the most, he came through, and somebody else had to pass out the drinks and give the kisses.
On a 2-0 pitch, Pasquantino taps it past the mound. Not going to be an easy play. And the throw is in time. Just barely in time. Garcia gets him.
Of course, they were playing deep, and he had to come in and really make this transfer quick, and he did. Just gets the big lugging first baseman.
You know, he didn't just hit 3 home runs against Mexico. He had 2 stolen bases on Saturday against Puerto Rico, which was his total for the last 2.5 years with the Royals. DeZenzo lashes a line drive base hit into center. He said, "Espresso makes me fast." DeZenzo's on, and Jack Caglione's coming to the plate. He's the subject of our player profile, sponsored by AT&T. He's reminded folks in Kansas City why they drafted him where they did. 6th overall out of Florida a couple years back. Got to the majors, and it was a rough go of it. But he was having a great spring with Kansas City. He's come here to the WBC and shown off for Italy. 6'4", 250 pounds. Looks every bit of the part of a slugger.
Yeah, you just, I mean, it doesn't always translate when you see somebody in there and their stance and like, man, they look hitterish. And he does right now. He looks hitterish, and you wonder how that will translate for him and his confidence moving forward.
He had to take a tremendous amount of confidence from going deep against Team USA. The biggest win in Italian baseball history. Even with that bad rookie year that he had, that included one of the longest home runs in Major League Baseball last year. He hit a ball 466 feet at Kauffman Stadium. That got out even there. Ball 3. He was a two-way guy at Florida, was Caglione. In fact, going in there, folks thought of him more highly as a pitcher than they did as a hitter. And he said, then coach saw me take BP, and he's like, all right, maybe we should reconsider. I think you're going to hit 2. Led the country, 33 home runs in 2024. He's got a 4-pitch walk, and Italy's got something brewing here against Montero.
can throw out a lot of left-handed hitters, so it'd be interesting to see how they take advantage of the righties and cash in on a situation like this. You don't get a ton of opportunities. You got to make the most of it.
Yeah, 6 left-handed hitters in this lineup, including the one coming up here. It's Andrew Fisher, another one of the young players with a bright future. First-round pick of the Brewers a couple years back, and one of the top third base prospects in the game. He's knocked in 5 in just 3 games in the WBC. Italy with the first chance in this game. First and second, one away. Montero deals. Fisher takes a strike. Just missed a grand slam against Puerto Rico. It looked like it for a moment that it was a grand slam, but the fan had reached over the fence and became a double. Action in the bullpen. Montero deals. 1-1. Fisher said he always wanted a shot to play for Team USA. He's from New Jersey. But at every level, no matter how hard he tried, no matter how many camps he went to, never got a chance. He said, I got a little chip on my shoulder about that. It's more than just being cool to play in the WBC. I'm mad that it's not for Team USA. Extra motivation suiting up for Italia. Ball 2. Just throughout the Classic, John, we've seen this patient bats.
No, they do not look at one bit overmatched. You might think, okay, don't know really a lot of them if you're tuning in going, yeah, I know they're got potential and they're prospects and there's a few major league. But man, when you lock in and see their at-bats, especially the way they had against USA and Mexico, and we didn't get a chance to see most of the Puerto Rico game, but man, tip of the hat. You just go, wow, there's a reason they're here.
Well, they look like a team playing with house money versus these baseball powers. There's so much pressure on a country like Venezuela or the United States to be good in this tournament. Nobody saw these guys coming. They've loaded the bases against Montero here in the second. A visit from Johan Santana, part of that star-studded coaching staff for Team Venezuela. Santana been coaching his son's JV team in Fort Myers, Florida. Been involved a little bit with the Mets through the years as an advisor. What a pitching coach. What a resource for a young staff. This looks like more of a motivational talk.
Yeah.
I think strategic.
Well, I mean, it's interesting here. They got somebody up in the pen, and this probably is his last hitter, especially if he gives up a hit, I would think. But, you know, your job as a pitching coach is to come out and get them refocused after walking two batters in a row. And whatever they saw mechanically, you've got to give them that tip as well. Tell them to go back downhill and hit the target and maybe get that double play ball.
J.J. Durazio, catcher for Italy, who didn't figure to see any time in this Classic because Kyle Teal of the White Sox was the starting catcher, but Teal got hurt. Durazio's come in and knocked in 3 in the quarterfinal.
He's been really good at the plate.
There's nowhere to put him, and Montero's having a hard time finding the strike zone. Same way they built rallies against Puerto Rico Saturday. Montero's 1-0. Ripped down the line. Foul. Nice catch down there.
I was waiting for the bat boy to do what every team member does when they do something well and they show their jersey with their hands across it. Show us BP. BP, bat boy right there. The
1-1, Durazio almost got hit by it. Durazio spent last year in the A-ball, a little bit of time in Double-A in the Diamondback system. Now with the Angels. Single and 2 walks to load him up. Italy looking to crack through first. Takes a breaker for a strike, and it's 2-2.
That was a huge pitch right there to get back in the count now, 2-2. He has not had a good strike-to-ball ratio, especially in this inning. And this pro-Venezuelan crowd wants to stay in the fight.
Montero could badly use a strikeout. His 2-2. Check swing, no swing, and the count is full.
¿Cómo así que no swing?
Yeah, that would be close. More elbows than anything else.
Here's the payoff, and he's walked in a run. Italy continues to be disciplined. Montero's missed the strike zone with 21 pitches. Italy's only chased one of them. A bases loaded walk from Durazio scores the first run as DeZenzo steps on home. And that's going to do it for Montero. 3 consecutive walks. Italy on the board first.
All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Fans are back. Celebrations are back. Players are back, doing 17 things before every pitch. We say it's a long season and lose our minds by the 3rd inning. It's superstars climbing the wall while the rest of us strain for the remote. And Saturday night, that's locked in. Same night every week. No thinking required. You bring the couch. We'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America. Only on Fox.
None of this was imaginable 30 years ago. Gonzaga is like basketball field of dreams. It's like a family.
We all got confidence. He got confidence. We're going to the Final Four. That was a killer shot, man.
We're beating teams 30, 40 every night.
It's one of the greatest stories in the history of sports.
The Fox Nation Spring Sale, a time for new beginnings and new journeys.
I took an oath to defend Israel from her enemies.
Fox Nation is the home of RAF with big matches every month. And it can be all yours for $2.99 a month. Fox Nation is your destination for unmissable content you can't see anywhere else.
What did you do? I told the truth.
Spring won't last forever, and neither will this offer.
Let's go, baby!
The Fox Nation Spring Sale. Sign up today for just $2.99 a month at foxnation.com.
Oh, we got troubles! Ah!
Stardate this Wednesday. Masked Singers have taken the Enterprise. Then, on Fear Factor House of Fear semifinals,
2 will go home.
The Fear Final 6 are in for a shock.
Oh my God.
Only Fear Factor House of Fear after The Masked Singer Wednesday on Fox.
3 consecutive free passes from Cater Montero has Italy on the board, has his night finished, and the bullpen going to work early. As Ken Rosenthal predicted we may see Omar Lopez being aggressive. This is Ricardo Sanchez who comes on the pitch here. The 9-hitter Dante Nori's up, bases loaded.
This is it's a pivotal. I mean, this is a break it open moment for Team Italy, and Venezuela has the power to come back offensively, but this will be a huge blow to them to start the game.
Nori bounces one right side. At second base, Gleyber Torres will go to second for 1. That's all they'll get, and it's 2-0. Caglione scores and a ground out from Nori.
Whenever you're facing a team that's obviously not been favored in their last 3 or 4 games, and they have a really good starting pitcher on the mound, it gives that team a lot more confidence when they've got some breathing room. Look, the bullpen may not be as good as some of the other bullpens, but their offense is made up for it, and they put the ball in play.
So the Phillies farmhand Dante Nori does right here. Back to the top and Antonacci. Started this game with a strikeout. Antonacci, a White Sox farmhand. He homered against Team USA. 2 on and 2 out, and he takes ball 1.
You know, we don't see these very often, but man, if he were to drag a bunt towards the second baseman, there's no chance they could get him out. Lefty on lefty.
Not even in the picture there. 1-2. Chance for Sanchez to limit the damage. There goes the runner from first. Just outside. 2-2 and 2 in scoring position as Norrie steals second.
Huge jump.
The 2-2 pitch. Count goes full.
This is the hitter he wants right now. I mean, a right-handed batter and Birdie coming up next.
With the run of major league hitters after Antonacci. On a payoff pitch. Fouls it off and we'll do it again. Italy playing in its first semifinal. Leading 2-0. Second and third 2 out. Another 3-2 pitch. Antonacci stays alive.
They haven't trailed much either. It's been amazing.
Along first, that's a fair ball. Rise races to the bag and beats him. But the first 2 runs have scored, and they come from Team Italy, trying to pull off yet another upset and stop Venezuela's music in this WBC.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Here we go. 5, 4.
At MLB Network, covering baseball isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
We're about to be entertained and amazed. So I just want to show you a few at-bats, because it was incredible.
Connecting fans to the game is in our DNA.
Welcome everyone to MLB Tonight, the national pregame show. We added 2 new pitches this year.
In season.
Hello, family.
Off season.
Every day we hand out Cy Young awards.
Every season.
That's how we do it here.
This is MLB Network, the home of baseball.
Sarah was the first of the great matriarchs.
The Faithful begins Sunday on Fox.
All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Same night every week. You bring the couch, we'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America, only on Fox. Hello, Newgarden and a hungry pack battle for a win as the road to Indy continues at Barber. Sunday, March 29th on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth. All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Same night every week. You bring the couch, we'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America, only on Fox.
Welcome back to Miami, here with Team Venezuela manager Omar Lopez. Omar, obviously the walks hurt you that last inning, but what makes Italy's offense so good?
Watching their games, especially some of the hitters in their career, they're very patient. They do some damage at times with their pitches, but they're very patient. They battle a lot with pitches around the zone. They draw a lot of walks. That's what makes Italy special. We got to attack and make them swing the bat and get themselves out.
Venezuela has never reached the WBC final. Omar, what about this team makes it so special?
It's a determination. We're not gonna stop fighting until the last inning to kind of come back in this game and win it. We're gonna do our best to come back in this game.
Finally, Omar, what would it mean to the people of Venezuela for this team to win this tournament?
Right now, it means everything. Right now, nobody's doing anything else besides watching us play. Okay, and they're expecting from us to win tonight, to celebrate, and still happy for maybe about a week. So we're gonna do our best to make sure we accomplish that goal.
Omar, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Joe, back to you.
William Contreras leading off this inning, 2 balls and 1 strike, and just think about that. Contrast what Team Italy's feeling. Nobody in the country watches baseball. They're starting to, but there is no pressure for Team Italy. Team Venezuela feels like they're carrying an entire country.
Well, it's special to them, and they've seen their stars be developed and play, and Hall of Famers. Not to mention it's 2 in the morning when this game started in Italy, too.
That's our ladies over there. 3 balls and 1 strike on the all-star catcher Contreras of the Milwaukee Brewers. Nola throws, and Contreras takes ball 4, just barely down, and a leadoff walk. Well, here, John, is one of the best pieces of evidence how much talent there is in this Venezuela lineup. That Jackson Churrio's hitting 9th.
Yeah, if you want to know why the Milwaukee Brewers are having great seasons the last couple, just look at the WBC and some of the players that are having the success for their teams, including Team USA.
Yeah, Bryce Perang has been a standout star for the Americans. Milwaukee with more players in the WBC than just about anybody. And this kid right here, Jackson Churrio, just turned 22 years old, and he's already going into his 3rd year in the big leagues. Not an 0-1 from Nola. Churrio fouls it back, strike 2. Revitalizing Miguel Cabrera. Now he's got him as the hitting coach, and this guy is full of talent.
Yeah, and as soon as he learns to cut back a little bit of that chase, especially in this count with 2 strikes, expanding the zone, he's got an aggressive approach, and there's a balance to the aggression and chase.
Pop up. Pasquantino at first. And Churrio's the first out. Aaron Nola working on an 8th scoreless inning to start his time in the World Baseball Classic. Venezuela about to get another look at him. Up comes Ronald Acuna Jr.
He'll be ready on that first pitch.
Always is. Came back from the knee injury last year. Misses a year. Steps into the batter's box. Very first pitch that he sees. It's 467 feet. Ahead 2-0.
He has a unique style in which, first of all, being young and strong, you can pull it off. But he carries that bat almost straight up. And you know how strong you got to be and how quick to the ball you are when you have this kind of style of hitting. And he won't be able to do it his whole career, but right now that is electric quick. Because to generate that kind of power, your hands got to stay back. There's got to be that movement away from the ball, and then the barrel of the bat stays in that zone. That's why he has such electric pop to all parts of the field.
So much life to his game. The electric Acuna on 3-0 takes strike 1. 8 years in the major leagues. Man, does time fly. Feels like he just got there as the 19-year-old. When he's been healthy, which has not been enough. how fun a player he is. But when he's been healthy, won Rookie of the Year. He's got an MVP with a one-of-a-kind season, where he hit 41 home runs and he stole 73 bases. Even with all the injuries, the home runs and the stolen bases that he stacked up through 8 seasons, the only guys in baseball history that have done what he's done, Bobby and Barry Bonds and Alfonso Soriano, even though he's only played about 100 games a year. On a payoff pitch, Acuna takes strike 3. Breaking ball drops in and fools him.
From 3-0 to 3-2 to the backwards K in the scorebook. We don't see too many of those against the likes of Acuna. When he's got the count in his favor, 3-0, not a lot of good things have happened from pitchers.
Nola has his 3rd strikeout. Here's Michael Garcia. Bunt single his first time. Garcia, the Kansas City Royals, had his breakout season last year, was not even in the opening day lineup. He hadn't hit very well at all his first 2 seasons in the majors. Kind of an afterthought to begin last year, but by the end of it, an all-star, a gold glove, and a new 5-year contract.
Got to get him out, down below the zone. He commands the middle part of the strike zone very well for a young player. And a good off-speed hitter.
Omar Lopez is saying maybe more than anybody he's seen the environment here at the WBC elevate Garcia, who's hitting .450 now. On the ground to short for Antonacci. Shovels it off to Birdie. 3 more scoreless innings from Aaron Nola.
Everyone has free offers on the latest phones, but T-Mobile gives a lot more. T-Mobile families saved over $3,700 compared to the other big guys in the past 5 years. Our experience plans include amazing benefits like Netflix, free Dash Pass by DoorDash, and a bunch more. Oh yeah, and a 5-year price guarantee. So you keep saving. Save on a big scale. Switch to T-Mobile and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800.
At Wayfair, delivery and setup can be as easy as, well, doing nothing.
That was fast.
Room of choice delivery and fast expert setup.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Okay, go, Silver Tea. Pecan.
Confused? Maybe you just need a Snickers pecan.
Cars are cool. Rental cars are not cool. It's cool when you can pick the exact car you want, exactly where you want, for exactly what you need. No one needs this. Turo. Rent a car, not a rental car.
Travelers swear by this one trick. What's up with Mom?
She's been scrolling travel advice for hours. Now she's got influencer brain.
That's my paid partner! You gotta use Kayak. They compare hundreds of sites so you always get your trip right.
Kayak. Got that right.
Mama's back, fam. You installed this?
Even had a few screws left over.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. That's why with Farmers, you can get quality and savings.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
From day one, LeBron honed his skills until he became the chosen one. But what if the world never got to see all he could do? Things would look a lot different. That's why the LeBron James Family Foundation is partnering with Indeed, because everyone's skills deserve a chance to be seen.
Hey, welcome back to Miami. I'm with Team Italy manager Francisco Cervelli. Aaron Nola at 48 pitches. What do you see so far, and how much does he have in the tank?
Well, he's throwing the ball well. We'll see in the next inning. Vito went down a little bit, but he's okay, so he's going to continue.
Francisco, we saw the deke at shortstop by Antonacci on that double play. The lack of chase swings in the second inning. How proud of you are the style of baseball this team is playing?
Well, this kid, I mentioned it earlier. This kid has is different than everybody else. His awareness is unbelievable. So he's been doing this. This is not the first time.
Thanks so much, Francisco.
Thank you.
John Birdie grounds out the short for the first out of the third. Extra special for Francisco Cervelli, this semifinal matchup with Venezuela, because Francisco was born and raised there. To an Italian father. His dad's family immigrated from Italy after World War II. We asked Francisco today how Italian was the Cervelli household in Venezuela, and he closed his eyes and he said he kind of went back to as a kid. Sunday afternoons going to grandma's house. He said, I can still smell the ragu. We'd have 50 Cervellis over there at grandma's house every Sunday afternoon having the traditional Italian Sunday pasta lunch or dinner. Broken bat roller. What a pick there with a bare hand by Sanchez covering off of the feed from Suarez to get Marcy.
Oh, that was a special play. That's hard to practice. Get alone in spring training when pitchers' fundamentals. You got to get there and see the ball, usually in your glove and the bag at the same time, but he barehands it. I can speak to what Cervelli was saying because that was how I grew up, in Sundays and parties at the grandmother's house and homemade Italian. You don't realize when you live like that, you don't eat Italian out very often. You just don't. You don't go to restaurants and order Italian when you've had it the authentic way.
You're spoiled, huh? Pasquantino here with one away, or with two away. 1-0 pitch. A strike. So he goes back to grandma's ragu. What is the dish for you?
Oh, the homemade spaghetti. The sauce that you can dip bread, you can have it like soup, is so good. And, you know, my grandmother used to, and I just never could put on weight when I was young, and she would always be pushing the food and said I could see your ribs. And, you know, just the whole family-oriented gathering is what you got used to doing all the time.
3-1 on Pasquantino. His dad's side of the family is from Italy. Rounds it foul. Pasta consumption, Tom Bertucci dug this up for us. Pasta consumption per capita by pounds. Venezuela's third in the world. Italy and Tunisia, the only countries where they eat more pasta. Pasquantino takes ball forward just off of the outside.
I will tell you this. Thanksgiving turkey's an appetizer.
Well, there's an estimated 5 million people living in Venezuela of Italian heritage. One of the largest concentrations in the world of people of Italian descent. Getting kept alive for Zenzo, who takes a strike. Venezuela means Little Venice. Italian explorers came to what is now Venezuela. They saw a village that was built on the water, reminded them of Venice. Zenzo is singled his first time, ducks out of the way of this fastball. Count evens 1-1. Bottom of the order last inning, got those 2 runs in, and it started with the Zenzo's base hit. Cue shot. Inside the line and a rise. A wait for DeZenzo to end the bottom of the third. To the fourth we go. 2-0, Team Italy.
Where are you going?
Beer run?
Forget the warm-up. DirecTV got hot. They're on fire with more MLB games than anyone. Welcome to the big leagues, kid.
How old are you?
11.
The World Baseball Classic, where the game's best suit up for national pride. Now you can own a piece of classic history. MLB Auction lets you bid on game used jerseys, bases, balls, and more. Join live auctions and get one-of-a-kind items from your favorite team and players. Each item is MLB authenticated to ensure what's shipped directly to your home is the real deal. Want a piece of the World Baseball Classic? Visit MLB.com/WBC auction.
If it's Saturday night, it's Baseball Night in America, only on Fox. All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Same night every week. You bring the couch, we'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America, only on Fox.
A new year dawns on the face of America. Now the journey can begin. The midterm elections. Fox News will be with you every step of the way. America is watching.
Welcome to the World Baseball Classic. Here it shows all time.
Bryce Harper.
The best against the best. Welcome back to the 2026 World Baseball Classic on FS1, presented by Capital One. 2 runs in the second inning from Italy. Out of the 4th inning we go. Team USA awaits after the 2-1 win over the Dominican Republic last night. What a ball game that was. Tight and tense throughout. And the Americans just barely hang on. And await what will be a first-time participant in the championship game coming out of this one. 3-4-5 coming up for Team Venezuela. Only 2 hits against Aaron so far. One of them an infield hit. It's Suarez to lead off. Suarez takes strike 1 to the bottom of the knees. Suarez getting ready to start his first season with the Giants. Wanted a chance to play second base again. He'd been playing mostly first base in San Diego and had offers from other places, multi-year contracts, but he wanted to play second. Giants are willing to take his high average bat, his contact ability, and work with him defensively. Puts this one in play to second to a charging John Birdie for the first out of the 4th. Aaron Nola showing why Team Italy wanted him to be the guy today. They'll figure out the championship game if they get there. They want their best guy trying to get him Tuesday.
Yeah, he looks more like the Nola that most of his career for Philadelphia has been the pitcher, getting away from last year's injury-riddled season. But, man, he knows how to pitch. And it's fun to watch him for a former pitcher to see him navigate a lineup without throwing 97 miles an hour, just spinning it, changing speeds, and throwing enough fastballs for strikes.
It was 93 the first 2 innings. Has been 91-92 the last inning plus, which is where he sat for a lot of last year. This is Suarez, who worked a 10-pitch at-bat his first time before striking out. On an 0-1 from Nola. Suarez leans into it, sends it in the air, deep left field, Nori to the wall, it's gone! Venezuela's on the board. Gino Suarez with a home run. .25 of those in his major league career. puts a charge into this pro-Venezuela crowd. Really, this all-Venezuela crowd. Strike on Tovar. Low throw, Pescantino's there to bail him out. Another look at the Suarez home run.
Yeah, that one hung in the middle of the zone, and just that classic swing. We talked about it. He's swinging for the moon. Sometimes he doesn't get too many barrels on the ball, but he's there for one reason: homer.
49 of them last year. 21 of them came against breaking balls. That was more than any hitter in baseball. And that's what he got right there to take Nola deep and get Venezuela on the board. Strike on Gleyber Torres. And man, oh man, did he set off a surge of excitement from this crowd. There are more Venezuelans living in Miami than any city in the U.S. Torres towards the hole. No chance for Antonacci. Infield hit Gleyber Torres. And the tying run aboard in the fourth.
I've seen Bobby Witt do a lot of this, but not even Bobby Witt, I don't think, could have gotten that and thrown him out.
Here's the guy who put him in front with a home run against Japan, Wilyer Abreu. Grounds this one to second and birdie. That'll do it for the Venezuelans in the fourth, but they are on the board and they're rocking here in Miami. It's Eugenio Suarez finding the seats. And it's a 2-1 ball game.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Kelly.
And we've built our Timber Tech deck.
There's a question if we were able to do this ourselves. We just decided to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the hardest part of the whole project was just getting the materials out of the truck.
We wanted a product that looked like real wood, but maybe didn't have the same wear and tear as real wood. This is our forever home, so it's great to have Timber Tech and have the longevity of the product.
It looks amazing, and now the family can enjoy it for years to come. That's one of the things that we're so excited about.
Bro, look at me. Should we tell him? I'm glad.
Do not listen to that.
Thank you, man.
I know how it feels.
He never pulls his punches. He punches his punches. He is still the most interesting man in the world.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on FS1 on Sunday. Catch the best of the best as they go full throttle at Darlington. It's the Goodyear 400, Sunday, 3 o'clock Eastern, with pre-race action beginning at 1:30, only on FS1. Eugenio Suarez launching a home run, and it's a 2-1 game to the bottom of the fourth, where the winner moves on to the championship to take on the United States. Luinder Avila comes on to pitch for Venezuela on a day where Omar Lopez is going to be busy making changes. He said pretty much 2 innings per guy. This is another one of the young pitchers. He's just 24. Avila made his debut last year for the Kansas City Royals, dominated out of the bullpen. As they try to build the next generation of Team Venezuela, he's one of the guys they wanted involved.
Lots of curveballs and a 96 plus mile an hour fastball.
Caglione, Fisher, Durazio coming up. First time they haven't had that guy as an active player. Played in the first 5. Noel Tuve this time around. He had the thumb injury last time. The Astros didn't want to risk that again. And so they very much are looking for that next batch of ball players to carry this nation's great baseball tradition. Caglione left side with charging Garcia. Michael Garcia's throw is in time for the first out of the 4th. Nola's through 4 innings, just the 1 run and the home run, and judging by the body language over there, looks like he might be finished.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, it gets to a point where if this were a regular season game, of course they would stretch him out a little bit more, but he did what he needed to do and left with the lead.
And you see Lorenzen's warming, so we're going to see both starting pitchers that Team Italy figured to have factor into these 2 games here, should there be a second. Should there be a championship appearance? The plan that everybody assumed was Lorenzen today, Nola in the championship, but instead, both of them going to try and get him to the championship. Andrew Fisher breaks his bat on a teardrop of a base hit into left center field. He's on both times. Destroyed. Now Durazio.
So what, I like this guy a lot. I mean, from not really getting a ton of playing time to being the guy now. He's had some really good at-bats.
Manager likes him a lot too. Those guys got a lot in common. Venezuelans with Italian heritage playing catcher. Francisco did in the major leagues for 13 years. First one to Durazio is in there for ball. Oh, 1-0. There's a strike. Now they'll try to make the Royals opening day roster as a relief pitcher. Chance that his long-term future is as a starter. Best path forward right now is through the bullpen.
Yeah, I wish it weren't the way. I see too many of that. I wish it weren't the way, but that's kind of the channels that they're bringing all these young arms into the big leagues.
Bouncing ball left side to the hole at short. Tovar goes to second in time. So they keep Fisher out of scoring position as Ezequiel Tovar. He's got a gold glove. And his time in Colorado makes a heck of a play right here.
Yeah, really only play was that second base, so every infielder has a time clock, has a clock that we know, okay, based on this speed, that bounce, the base runner, the hitter, you have to predetermine and think about things before they happen because it's such a fast reaction sport. Make the right choice.
Dante Nori off the end of the bat serves a fly ball to left center field. Routine for Abreu. And after 4 innings in Miami, a 2-1 game, Michael Lorenzen gets ready to take over for Nola.
The nice thing about the middle of nowhere is it's in the middle of nowhere. Get an Airbnb and go where hotels can't.
Hello?
Whoa. Mama Kurgan 85 lives here?
Yep, that's my mom.
The absolute legend who went from gaming on her phone to ruthless online streaming slayer with no mercy for any living thing is your mom?
Hey guys, apples with peanut butter?
How is this possible?
With AT&T Wireless and Home Internet.
Hey, text me if you need anything.
Level up your connection with AT&T Wireless and Home Internet, now available across the nation.
No, she's so nice in real life.
Never run from what I'm faced with. Came out the basement, young, strong, and courageous. That's how I made it.
Rated E for everyone.
From the WBC to all the spring training games, we've got you covered with the #1 app for live baseball, the MLB app. Download it now. Back in Miami, a 2-1 score in the semifinal with Team Italy trying to stay perfect in advance of the first championship game in Italian baseball history. Venezuela also looking for its first trip to the championship. Michael Lorenzen, who threw 4 2/3 scoreless innings against Team USA in that shocking win for Italy in Houston, piggybacks Aaron Nola with a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, he's throwing the kitchen sink, by the way. He's got 6 or 7 pitches, and he'll throw them all. And he did an incredible job against a heavily favored USA team that knew him, faced him, but couldn't get anything going against him. You know, I was trying to think. There's a long way to go, but I don't know of anything that I can think of that if Team Italy were to win this all that's comparable. I mean, the Miracle on Ice, I don't even know if you can go down that road. From when this started to what they're doing to if they were to keep going and win it all, it's what this tournament was designed for, to see stories like this and teams like this in countries.
Ryan Contreras leading off this inning for Venezuela. He's ahead 2-0 on Lorenzo. Captain Pasquantino was saying that they look at it as kind of holding the torch for now. And the end game is that this increases visibility for the sport in Italy, and that eventually got a WBC team built of all guys that were born and raised there. 3-0 very quickly on Contreras. 9 big leaguers all time have been born in Italy. Only 2, though, were raised there. A lot of them born there, then came to the United States. 4-pitch walk to start this inning. The tying run is aboard just like that. Here's Jackson Turio.
4-pitch walk to this guy doesn't mean he's going to take the first pitch. So, quality pitch here by Lorenzen.
Turio shows fun, and there was a quality pitch and a strike. So after the 4 2/3 innings against USA, a 4-pitch walk for Lorenzen to open up this relief outing. Acuna waits on deck as Turio waits on an 0-1. He bunts it. Lorenzen will go to first. Tying run goes to second.
Well, Team Venezuela's manager, Omar, said, I'm going to use any way, anyhow, that I think is going to give us the best chance to win this game. A lot of it might be gut. Some of it might be information. But I'm going to trust my gut, too.
And his gut told him to have a guy that has bunted twice in 2 years in the major leagues. Lay one down right there to set the table for his superstar Acuna, who takes ball 1 outside. Ball and a strike. Lorenzen's 1-1. Acuna tries to lay off and does. He's He's ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. Second WBC that Ronald's played in. He credited playing in the 23 WBC with sparking that MVP season that followed. On a 2-1 pitch, fouls it off, and it's 2-2. Suarez at second. 2-2 to the plate. Ball 3 on Acuna. Lorenzen's payoff will come after a look to second. And a team connecting generations of baseball greats. Miguel Cabrera, the hitting coach, watching as Ronald Acuna hits a pop fly into shallow left field. Won't even make it that far. Third baseman Fisher caught off by Antonacci. 2 away. Lorenzen's been through the fire. He's not fazed by anything, and he looks calm, cool, and collected when he's out there pitching. And I'd like to see, he's going to Colorado, right? Yep. I'd like to see how calm, cool, collected. If he can do that out there, he can do it here. Pretty good tune-up to get ready for the challenge of pitching there. Michael Garcia wraps that in the ground to short. Antonacci's there for it, and Venezuela strands Contreras at second.
Coming to the stage this Friday, it's Ned's first team karaoke night. But he's wondering,
what if my flaky red plaque psoriasis takes center stage? Next up, we have Ned.
What if Ned knew he could treat differently?
Otezla is a pill that treats plaque psoriasis even in hard-to-treat areas. You can get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking. Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over 10 years. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
With Otezla, clear skin could be your jam. Live in the moment. Struggling on topicals? Ask your doctor about Otezla.
Fox Sports is proud to bring you this She's a Hero moment.
To be on ski patrol, you have to be a certain type of person. We describe this job as others before self. Nothing's like ski patrol.
We have to be prepared for anything and everything that this mountain throws at us.
In this dynamic environment, it takes a lot of fortitude, especially in the avalanche rescue world. We really go that extra mile to truly dig in. We're adventure athletes, but also first responders. If you can see her, you can be her.
Michelob Ultra Zero. Zero alcohol, ultra smooth taste, just 29 calories. Stay in the game with Michelob Ultra Zero.
Saturday Night Baseball is back, and it begins with the Yankees and the Giants, March 28th on Fox. If it's Saturday night, it's baseball night in America. That'll come 1 week from Saturday in San Francisco as Aaron Judge and the Yankees head out there in Tony Vitello's debut weekend as the skipper of the Giants. Hey, we're going to be there. Let's do it. One of the great scenes in baseball there in San Francisco, right against the water. Winder Avila stays on the pitch in a 2-1 game. Top of the order coming up for Team Italy. 2 runs coming in the second inning. While remaining unbeaten in this tournament, not just a Cinderella at this point, the only unbeaten team. 5-0, trying to take down Venezuela to make the championship for the first time. Sam Antonacci fouls off the first pitch from Avila. And Italy's doing to Venezuela what the Americans did to the Dominicans. You got Venezuela and the Dominican Republic combined for 85 runs through the quarterfinals. A solo home run last night, all the Dominicans mustered, and that's all that Venezuela's been able to score against Italy. Avila de Antonacci, up the middle. Tovar, 1 out.
Well, the espresso machine has not been utilized today, but I bet you they would take a day off from that if they were able to win this game without a homer.
Little caffeine break,
Yeah.
reset the system. Sleep a little bit tonight. John Birdie fouls back the first one. They drink coffee all day, espresso shots all day. In Italy.
What they say, 8? Did they say 8 was the norm?
That wouldn't be crazy. They're espresso coffee bars. You go in, you have a shot of espresso, you have a quick chat. Not quite the coffee shop culture that it is here where you're sitting down, you're hanging out, you're needing. No, you go in there, you get your fuel, and you keep going with your day. And then you do it again 7 more times. 0-2 on Birdie. Avila fires. Oh man, a cross up that gets Jeremy Rahak.
Yeah, he's expecting a little breaking ball there, and that is center off the mask. There's no defense for that. The umpire's got to trust the catcher.
On a 2-1 game, Italy in front, bottom of the 5th inning. Let's check in with Tom Verducci.
Well, this is the first game that Team Italy has access to iPads in the dugout provided by MLB, but you really wouldn't know it. Now, Michael Lorenzen is looking at it, but not a single hitter has checked in on an iPad tonight. I talked with head coach Frank Menachino. He said, we haven't had it throughout the WBC, and I think we're doing pretty well. It's really interesting. What you do see is guys at the top step talking to one another about how the pitcher is attacking them and how the pitches are moving. It really is almost like, well, high school baseball or analog baseball. You just don't see this in a major league game where most guys, as soon as they take in the bat, are on the iPad.
High school baseball, old school baseball, and I think that it has come at the expense of that, of teammates interacting and discussing what they're seeing. Fly lazily to right center field. Easy play for Jackson Churio. Now there's a stretch a couple years ago where the Dodgers thought that they all got chewing their own thing. Everybody was too buried in the iPad, and so they put them away for a long stretch, so it fostered more of those conversations.
Well, there's something to be said for the feel of the game, and you got to trust the player that just came from the batter's box to give you that feel and perspective. Because there's nothing better than the visible evidence that you get to see for yourself and pass it on.
Avila doing a nice job here. Got him. Until I said that. Now hits Marcy. And Italy's got a 2-out base runner as Marcy reaches for the first time tonight.
I'll condense the story really short because it's funnier hearing it out, but Ralph Garr, long time ago, leadoff hitter for the Atlanta Braves. And back then, the leadoff hitter used to take a lot of pitches and then come back and tell the guys, what does he got? Well, he's facing Nolan Ryan. And so after the first at bat, He comes in and he goes, boys, this game is over. Talk about setting the tone.
The inning kept alive for Pasquantino, who tried to aim one inside the bag down there, but the defense pulled around, but it's foul. One ball game. Pasquantino with a big rip and a foul, and it's 0-2. Three, 4, and 5 due up for the Venezuelans in the 6th inning. Strike 3 call out on the inside corner for Avila. The bullpen 3 2/3 scoreless innings after Montero struggled, keeping him in the game.
Called light.
Find your fun again.
Oh boy. How about this sunlight? This is good.
Carnival is calling. Taking a little breather. Corona. La Playa awaits.
Your truck was made to work hard, and Valvoline heavy-duty diesel engine oil keeps it that way. With up to 35% better wear protection, it's specially formulated to protect when engines are pushed to the limit. Make the switch to Valvoline heavy-duty diesel today.
2 will go home. Don't miss. We are so close to the final. The shocking semifinal.
Oh my God.
All new Fear Factor House of Fear Wednesday on Fox.
Welcome to the World Baseball Classic. Eric Jones already.
Bryce Harper, the best against the best.
All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Same night every week. You bring the couch, we'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America, only on Fox.
We've had a witness come forward. And this witness is reliable? He's coming after me, then you. We're all in danger.
Sounds like you're letting yourself get spooked by a boogeyman.
Memory of a Killer, all new tonight on Fox.
We are almost live.
What are you doing? I got a loose wheel.
What? Right vibration.
We are streaming live on Fox 1.
It for free today.
To the 6th inning, Venezuela's star-studded lineup, just a solo home run tonight from Eugenio Suarez, will bat second in this 6th inning against Michael Lorenzen.
Yeah, big inning here. Team Italy has survived at least one base runner every inning. They pitched around their traffic, and you just wonder how much more they can do that if Venezuela keeps getting runners on and that big inning is looming.
Suarez to lead things off. 0 for 2 in this ball game. Gathered at 354 here in Miami a few years back. Part of a stretch of 3 straight years where he won the batting title every year. That was his finest. 354. Last year the average was down in San Diego, but he had the lowest strikeout rate since Tony Gwynn. Ahead 2-1. He stands out like a beautiful sore thumb in this day and age where the league average is about 245. He's well above 300 for his career.
Yeah, he has the same kind of approach as Acuna with the bat, but he doesn't need the power.
Fly to center field, Jacob Marcy.
Good defense, timely pitching for Team Italy.
Here is the guy with the big swing for Venezuela, Eugenio Suarez. He would love to have a big swing one of these days that held up. We had his grand slam in Game 5 of the ALCS for the Mariners that put them, or in Game 5, put them within one win, going to the World Series, but 2 Blue Jays wins after that, and that grand slam won't shine as brightly when viewed back. Punches this one to right field. Caglione, an easy play, 2 out. Same deal here. He's got a big home run for his country, but in a losing effort to this point. Michael Lorenzen has retired 5 in a row since he walked the first man that he faced on 4 pitches. Bases empty, 2 out. The hitter's Tovar.
Starts getting a little anxious from this point on a team that's favored is trailing, and the prize is the championship game.
Getting late early. Tovar yanks that one into the Italy dugout. Go for 2 today, 6 out of 11 in the tournament though. Tovar reached the major leagues when he was 21 years old for the Rockies. Flies it to right. Caglione coming on, and 3 weak fly balls in an 8-pitch 6th inning from Michael Lorenzen.
Join us for Jersey Mike's Annual Day of Giving on March 25th, where 100% of sales will be donated to support Special Olympics athletes.
It's a great way to support the athletes. Like me. It's basically like doing this. Or this.
And all you have to do is get a sub, like this guy. Join us March 25th for Jersey Mike's Annual Day of Giving.
Okay.
Be a sub-a-bub.
No one goes to Hank's for his spreadsheets. He doesn't sell them. He does sell a darn good slice. When business slowed, Hank decided to bring back the $1 slice. He just asked Copilot in Excel to help make it work. Suddenly, Hank says, "You gotta try this place," kind of thing.
All right.
Hank makes the pizza.
Hey, how you doing?
Copilot handles the spreadsheets.
Enjoy.
When you're ready for spring break,
Hi guys.
emphasis on the break. It matters where you stay. Book your spring break now. Hilton for the stay.
Okay, go spill the tea. Pecan.
Confused? Maybe you just need a Snickers pecan.
2 in the second for Italy, 1 in the fourth for Venezuela. FIFA President Gianni Infantino and CONCACAF President Victor Montagliani are here supporting Team Italy tonight. And of course, the World Cup coming to Fox this summer, June 11th, it all gets started. And all here in North America. This is the first time, maybe ever, baseball stolen some of the headlines over there in Italy. Taking the front pages of the newspapers. The quarterfinal game was the first baseball game ever nationally televised, and more than half of the country tuned into it.
It's, again, part of the efforts of this tournament was to create that awareness and excitement and maybe building the program of baseball.
5 hitters, Zach DeZenzo, the Houston Astros, to lead off this 6th inning. Luinder Avila and this Venezuela bullpen has kept them in the ballgame. After Cater Montero struggled out of the gates, 2 runs against him in the second, and he was yanked. Nothing against the pen, though. When you look at what Italy's doing, the bullpen for them, the relative weakness. So Francisco Cervelli saying, we're just not going to have a bullpen tonight. You got the 4 innings from Nola. Could Lorenzen finish this game for him? There is a chance he'll be without Greg Weissert tonight, the closer for Team Italy. All these guys, this this is what you're going to find with any of these guys who are key players for big league teams. They still have the restrictions as they get ready for their regular season. So the one sure thing at the back end of that pen might not be available. Flash into left center field by Zenzo, his second hit of the ball game, and it leads off the sixth.
I'm telling you what, this guy, I just love his approach. I mean, the ball jumps off his bat. That's just smoked up the middle. Short, quick to the ball. He knows he's the guy. There's nobody else. Well, there is, but there isn't. Yeah.
So he's on to start this inning in front of Caglione. That's a strike, and we check in with Ken Rosenthal.
Joe, you can understand what Francisco Cervelli is doing tonight with Michael Lorenzen, going for broke. It's the old baseball adage, win today, worry about tomorrow. But if you're Team USA, you have to be liking what you're seeing here, particularly if this score holds up. Team Italy likely would be looking at a bullpen game tomorrow. A bullpen game for the championship of the WBC. Their other starter, Sam Aldegheri, pitched Saturday. He's not coming back on 2 days rest. And Nola and Michael Lorenzen, they're not pulling a Yoshinobu Yamamoto in the middle of March and coming back on no rest.
I think the big thing that Team USA, they aren't taking anything for granted. And they're not going to assume anything after being in Houston and the events that led to this point. Now they're back in the championship.
Zerpa and Bizzardo both warming for Venezuela. Ball and 2 strikes on Caglione. Kenny, if Venezuela were to come back in this game, what do they have lined up?
Eduardo Rodriguez. And that would pose an interesting lineup question for Mark DeRosa. Obviously, at that point, it would be pretty clear that he would play Alex Bregman at third base, right-hander versus a left-hander. But it would mean sitting Gunnar Henderson, at least for the start of the game. And the other question, he would face Cal Raleigh or Will Smith. Cal Raleigh is 0 for 9 in the tournament, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. Will Smith, a right-handed hitter against the left-handed Rodriguez, 3 for 10.
And as he said, Mark DeRosa throughout this last week or so, back and forth between the catchers, and then he was going to decide in the championship if they were to get there based on who's played better. And it's been pretty clear which of those two guys has. Zenzo is running with that pitch. He'll jog his way back for another 2-2. Caglione taps it along first. Stavila over to first in time. And the scoring position goes to Zenzo.
You know, for a pitcher, we see that play probably 100 times during the year. It's not that easy of a play to grab it and have the touch when you're releasing a ball from the mound with all your effort.
Yeah, if it's 100 times a year, we see it thrown away like 17 of those 100. Avila saving the day for Venezuela. 2 1/3 scoreless innings for the youngster.
Street football is back. It's the UFL kickoff on Fox. Here we go. Friday, March 27th. It starts with a bang as the perennial powerhouse Birmingham Stallions take on the newcomer Louisville Kings. With new teams and new rules.
The UFL is a testing lab for the future of football.
This is Football Reimagined. The UFL kickoff begins Friday, March 27th and continues Saturday and Sunday on Fox and ESPN.
Large drip for Will?
Yep. Yeah, that's me.
There's no shortage of Wills out there. You need a Will to walk your dog? There's like 4 in your area.
Will.
Want a Will who writes wills? You're gonna be fine. But if you want a Will who'd give you a free lesson in sign language from the open cockpit of a land rocket, well, there's only one Will like that. You want to catch willpower? Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
Time to make the sports.
Wake up to FS1's new daily sports talk show.
You can't beat us and you know it.
With El Presidente, Big Cat, PFT, and T-Bot. Wake up Barstool, weekdays on FS1. Brady is back on the field for the Fanatics Flag Football Classic on Fox.
LFG, let's go!
A first-of-its-kind three-team round-robin tournament with the best of the best. Featuring the GOAT and Jalen Hurts, superstars Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow, and Team USA Football. A world-class showdown live from Los Angeles.
I'm fired up.
Saturday on Fox.
Angel Serpa comes into the game for Venezuela. Last season with the Kansas City Royals. Got traded to the Brewers this offseason. Bullpen keeping Venezuela in this ball game. First one from Serpa is a strikeout Fisher.
This guy's nasty. The delivery and the pitching that he throws against left-handed hitters, that's got to be tough to pick up.
It's a ton of ground balls, Serpa does. Ball and a strikeout Fisher. He's reached both times in this ball game, continuing to make a great impression in this World Baseball Classic. Fisher waves and misses. Left-handers hit just .220 against Serpa last year. You can see why. The 1-2 pitch. Look out. Fisher hitting the deck, getting out of the way. Fresh shave.
Well, you're leaning in thinking you might get another breaking ball and you get one up there. That is athleticism to get out of the way because your head and your body are trying to stay in there against a breaking ball. And he's like, whew.
Now on a 2-2, swings and misses. Fastball is right down the chute, but you could understand the guy going up there not being quite himself after the pitch that he had taken before. 2 gone in the 6th inning.
Healthy swing, but
John J.J. Durazio, who was probably not even going to play in this World Baseball Classic until a week ago, is getting intentionally walked out of here. I'd walk him. First base is open. The 9-hitter Dante Nori's on deck. That's 5 walks in this game for Team Italy. Dante Nori, right now his ground out drove in the run that's the difference. Productive out in the 2nd inning. Team Italy, big part of the story has been the little things. Played tidy defense, tough at-bats, they've moved runners up. That's the difference in this game. It's helped them overcome going 0 for 9 with runners on base. But again, several of those overs are the least advanced guys. And in the case of Nori, brought in the run. Strike 2 from Serpa. Bouncer over the mound, and with Nori's speed, there's no play. Infield hit for Dante Nori. And the Italian paper cuts continue.
That's a good way to put it. Well, this is in no man's land right here.
So Antonacci at the top of the order gets a chance here. Antonacci's 0 for 3 in this game. Only guy for the Italians that hasn't reached base. He's ahead 1-0. With the bases loaded, something you've got to be careful with Antonacci. It's him leaning out over the plate. He's been hit by 3 pitches in this WBC. He was hit 39 times last year. Takes a strike here. Single, walk, and another single. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
One of the Team Italy players turned his back and was getting prepared to just wear it to hit the screen instead of him. That ball was laced into their dugout, or towards their dugout.
Serpa strikes him out. It remains 2-1.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Break away to what's possible with Tremfya.
The only IL-23 blocker for Crohn's and UC to offer self-administration from the start.
With symptom relief as early as 4 weeks, remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and even 2 years.
Some had visible healing of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya.
Backed by over 15 years of clinical research. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
Otra vez se salva Venezuela. Estamos jugando bien, estamos jugando bien. Vamos a inscribirnos al canal. Suscríbanse, denle a me gusta, compartan el canal. Suscríbanse, compartan el canal y denle a me gusta.
Bryce Harper. The best against the best.
All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Same night every week. You bring the couch, we'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America, only on Fox.
Kevin, you're gonna love this. Since we're streaming live on Fox 1, I thought I'd get us some slicks.
Why would you put slicks on it? All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Fans are back. Celebrations are back. Same night every week. No thinking required. You bring the couch, we'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America, only on Fox.
Well, Venezuela rallied from down 5-2 to beat Japan in the quarterfinals, trying to come from down 2-0 in the semis. It's 2-1 in the top of the 7th. Gleyber Torres takes ball 1 from Michael Lorenzen. Lorenzen has come on in relief of Aaron Nola. Has not given up a run, 6 2/3 in this tournament. Torres, who's 2 for 2, is ahead 2-0. If Italy advances to the championship, yeah, they've had great at-bats, yeah, they've played good defense. Aaron Nola and Michael Lorenzen, though, the 2 top starting pitchers, 1 run in 15 2/3 would be the biggest reason why.
Yeah. Everybody's got pretty much the same limitations. The rules apply to every country, but getting 2 pitchers to be that good will carry you.
Ball 3 on Torres. Saw Salvador Perez over there in the Venezuela.
Vamos Venezuela, vamos Venezuela, vamos Venezuela, vamos a despertar, vamos para adelante. Señores, comenten, suscríbanse al canal, denle a me gusta, activen la campanita. Se vienen muchas cosas bonitas en el canal. Mi gente, ayúdennos ahí, suscribiéndose para que estén ahí activos su canal ahí preferido.
Tying run at the plate to start the 7th. Strike two on Torres. Veteran of 53 Major League postseason games.
Vamos Venezuela, vamos Venezuela.
Last year the
Vamos a
Tigers.
suscribirnos al canal.
On 3-2, Torres takes ball four.
Eso. Vamos para adelante, Venezuela, vamos.
MLB Plus is new this year. You can stream MLB Network.
Tenemos que llevar este título para Venezuela. ¿Qué pasa?
Market games every week. Get live radio broadcasts of every game. Game Day 3D, Big Inning.
Órale, manito.
At MLB.com/MLB Plus.
Todo bien, pero no es a caballo.
Torres is on and Abreu's up.
Only the second time they've gotten their leadoff hitter on, and both times, I believe, via walks. And they have to. The last
Un
time.
saludo para mi gente latinoamericana, un saludo para mis mexicanos, peruanos, dominicanos, mi gente.
Running them over, they've had some runners in
Latinoamérica,
scoring position, but have not delivered that big hit.
Activo.
Running out of opportunities.
Andres Gimenez pinch running for Torres.
Ahí viene el empate, mi gente.
Abreu. Strike one after his big home run against Japan is 0 for 2.
Dale. El partido está 2-1 en la baja en el séptimo inning.
Inning later.
2-1.
2-1. Winner moves on to the championship for the first time. No balls and 2 strikes.
Comenten ahí quién gana, mi gente. Comenten quién gana. Escríbanme que yo todos los comentarios los leo. Díganme cómo se encuentra el canal, cómo se ve.
That strike call. Pitcher's pitch from Lorenzen.
Vamos Venezuela, vamos.
0-2. Abreu fights it off. Here's the home run, and as loud of a moment as you'll ever find.
Uy.
Yeah, this ball crushed.
Uy, qué susto, yo pensé que era ahora.
22 of those last year for the Red Sox. Down on strikes this time. Lorenzen gets him with the changeup.
Pretty impressive. How many different pitches he's able to utilize to neutralize a lot of these hitters. I mean, that's what he's become. He used to be a flamethrower. He used to just rear back and let it go, and now he's got all kinds of pitches.
First one to William Contreras, a huge cut and a miss. And a curve that popped out of his hand a bit right there. Michael Lorenzen is 34 years old, going into his 12th year in the major leagues. More than half of that with the Reds, and then he's become a journeyman. He's going into his 6th team the last 5 years, the Rockies this year. Ball and strike on Contreras. Started his career as a two-way guy. He was more of an outfielder than he was a pitcher coming out of Cal State Fullerton. There's one more offering. Foul back, strike two on Contreras. Rockies are actually talking about utilizing him that way. Giving enough outings as an outfielder where he gets two-way designation. And Rockies can carry an extra pitcher. So you have the 13-man limit on the pitching staff. But if he's a two-way guy, you can have a 14th.
Suscríbanse al canal, mi gente, por favor. Necesitamos 1000 suscriptores.
Contreras is down on a change. 2 gone to 7.
Whew, man. And again, no emotion. Just messing up with the timing of the hitters and messing with this crowd. This crowd has been waiting to explode, trying to generate as much as they can to get their team going.
Turn it into an instant replay of last night's game. 2-1 win for the U.S. over the Dominican Republic on just one solo home run for the Dominicans. Here's just the solo home run from Suarez. Powerful offense being silenced in the semi. Churio 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Jimenez runs. Churio grounds one through. Base hit center field. Jimenez will be at third. Tying run enticingly close for Venezuela.
Runner going, hit it up the middle. Create some action.
So now, John, can Ronald Acuna make those butterflies fly in form right here? You know he's high energy. You know he wants to hit the mile when a base hit will get the job done.
Yeah, I tell you what, he is kind of the straw that stirs this team, right? I mean, he goes, they go, and he delivered that first blow against Team Japan, but he's just missed a couple balls.
Vamos, mi gente de Italia, from Italia, Italia.
In tonight's game.
Italia, subscribe the canal.
0 for 8 since that home run against Yamamoto.
Subscribe en el canal. Todo bien. Señores, ¿cómo se habla italiano? Yo no sé mucho.
This is the guy.
Coméntenme cómo se habla en italiano. Vamos Italia, vamos. Vamos Venezuela, vamos Latinoamérica. Completo Latinoamérica. Vamos a activar ese chat, señores. Comenten. Suscríbanse. Denle a me gusta.
Grounds one, left side.
¡Ay! Se fue. Se empató. Se empató. Se empató, mi gente. 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. 2-2. Este no es dominicana, ¿no? Ay, ay, ay. Vamos, 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 vamos.
To see this again, but I thought his best chance was the second base with the speed of Acuna.
Mi gente de Italia, mi gente italiano. Para la pizza. Vamos a darle a esto.
You see the runner going to second, didn't get the greatest jump. It would have been close either way. And right now, he knows he's got to run.
Ball on Michael Garcia. Pure elation. Inside Lone Depot Park.
Vamos Venezuela, vamos. Mi gente, compartan el canal.
With a sprinkle of relief.
Vamos, chamo, vamos, chamo, 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 chamo en la casa.
They've tied it. Garcia trying to give him the lead. On 2-0, Michael Garcia lays it on left field, base hit.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Bueno, mi gente, ahora sí la cosa se puso buena. Vamos Venezuela, vamos. Se jodió esto para Italia, mi gente. Goodbye Italia, goodbye. Goodbye Italia. What happened? Se puso el bate caliente para mi gente de Venezuela. ¡Ay! Se puso el bate caliente, mi gente.
Started with a walk, 2 strikeouts later, and then 3 consecutive singles.
1-0 on a rise. Good luck with that.
Vamos, mi gente, vamos. Compartan el canal, suscríbanse, por favor, mi gente, ayúdenme ahí. Suscríbanse y tienen el partido completito, lo van a tener ahí en su canal. Vamos Venezuela, vamos.
Didn't cash in. Boy, oh boy, what a 2 outs they've cashed in.
Vamos, chavo.
Cunha just got his first hit of the night. Suarez looking for his. On a 3-1 pitch, fouls it off and the count goes full.
La verdad que a Venezuela le hace falta una alegría, algo grande.
I wonder if he goes to a changeup here. He's gotten 2 of the strikeouts in this inning on changeups against a guy that rarely swings and misses.
Comenten ahí, mi gente, yo no le cae más esta copa, ¿no? Le caería bien, ¿cierto?
Acuna almost halfway down the line. There goes Garcia from first.
Se fue. Dios mío, señor. Dos más. Venezuela a la final, mi gente. Venezuela a la final. Confirmado, Venezuela a la final. Ahí vamos a ver. Mañana o el domingo, no sé, voy a averiguar cuándo es la final. Ahí vamos a ver a Maduro. Yo creo que hasta Maduro va a estar en el estadio.
Deafening. Michael Lorenzen leaves the game. It's come crashing down for Italy.
Goodbye, Italy. Sorry, Italy.
This is the NASCAR Cup Series on FS1.
Mi gente, aprovechen ahora, suscríbanse, activen la campanita para mirar el partido de la final Venezuela y Estados Unidos. Según lo que se ve, es Venezuela y Estados Unidos. Denle a me gusta ahí el dedito para arriba. Compartan el canal. Se vienen muchas cosas bonitas, mi gente.
Darlington, Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on FS1.
2 of you will go home.
The Fear Final 6 are in for a shock.
We are so close to the final.
And one goes down
Suscríbanse.
Oh my God.
All new Fear Factor
Para que el próximo partido les llegue más rápido. Si se suscriben, ya están ahí activos. El partido lo pueden ver en mi canal.
Basketball was never televised when I was growing up. Now we have social media.
Y le avisa cuando empiece el en vivo de una vez. Así que suscríbanse, señores, a mi canal. Denle a me gusta, activen la campanita. Así para el próximo partido, el canal le avisa de una vez. Vamos, mi gente, vamos. Let's go, my people. Let's go, my people. Italia, what happened, Italia?
Only on Fox.
Italia está tu y pisa.
Venezuela 4 hits the first 6 2/3 innings of this game. They've got 4 in a row to take a 4-2 lead and face Michael Lorenzen from the mound. So Kyle Nicholas comes out.
Let's go Italy, let's go Italia. Vamos. Para que Venezuela ya se le prendían esos bates ya.
The offense with a home run in the 4th. Got Garcia at 3rd and Ariz at 1st. Lifts the first pitch to right center field from Marcy and Caglione. It'll be Jacob Marcy to send us to the stretch. My, oh my, have things changed. Robert Acuna with an infield to tie it. One score. Venezuela finds itself in front.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride. There's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day is a new opportunity.
Yay!
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love, you're mine.
An invitation is an open door, a personal welcome, and just like a Lexus, crafted with you in mind. For a limited time, get offers on select vehicles at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
TrueWork designs performance workwear engineered with advanced materials to be lighter, warmer, faster drying, and ready for real job site conditions. TrueWork performance workwear. Shop now at truework.com.
Para que le lleguen todas las notificaciones y le llegue el próximo partido ahí. Si tenés que buscarlo. Se vienen muchas cosas buenas en el canal. Y comen ahí donde quiere que le hagan en vivo. ¿En qué parte de Estados Unidos los que no son de aquí? Y los que son de aquí, ¿dónde quieren que vaya y le hagan en vivo? Se vienen muchas cosas buenas, mi gente, para este canal. Pero necesitamos la ayuda de ustedes, necesitamos que se suscriban para crecer. Mi gente, denle a me gusta, suscríbanse por favor. Activen la campanita para que las notificaciones les lleguen y que estén activos ahí en el canal. Es que todo lo que le va a llegar calientito. No tienen que, no, que voy a YouTube, no. Eso le va a llegar ahí, pim, 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 de una. Abren ahí, tocan ahí y de una están conectados.
This is Eduard Pizarro.
Vamos
We got
allá.
to see quite a bit in the playoffs last year with the Mariners.
Really good arm, and of course, was huge
Bing, 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 bing.
for the
Se acabó.
Mariners in the oh-so-close series against Toronto.
Andres Gimenez, after pinch running, stays in the game, plays second. 2, 3, and 4 for the Italians. Verdi, Marcy, Pasquantino coming up.
Italia. Mi gente, tengo amigo italiano también.
Pizarro bounced around for a few years, went from the Red Sox to the Orioles to the Mariners. He was back and forth between the big leagues and the minors, and then at the age of 30 last year, went 5-0, absolutely dominated the last couple months, and finally has established himself in the major leagues. One of the top arms out of the pen for Venezuela. Downstairs in the first pitch to Birdie. Italy scored twice in the second. Nothing against the pen in the 4 innings since. Birdie takes a strike.
Sinker curveball. 2 big pitches.
Broke his bat, rolled it over the mound to second. Jimenez right away gets chested. And throws out Birdie, 1 gone in the 7th.
Yo creo que 6 outs más, mi gente, y ya terminamos esto. 6 outs más. Y nos preparamos para la final con
Jacob Marcy.
USA.
Came up here with the Marlins last year, set the world on fire. Rookie of the month in the National League his first month up. Hit .350, drove in 25 runs in his first month in the majors. Talked quite a bit about Luis Suarez tonight. Well, he was traded here to Miami for Suarez in that 2024 deal, coming from San Diego with a couple other minor leaguers. Offered, strike 2.
Activo, Becker, ponte activo. El partido está 4-2, Becker. Estoy leyendo ahí tu comentario. Señores, yo leo todos los comentarios, todos, pero no lo puedo, ¿me entienden? No lo puedo leer porque son bastantes comentarios. Becker, el partido está 4-2. Despierta, Becker. ¿De dónde eres, Becker? ¿De qué país eres, Becker?
There's a lot of energy in this stadium. I'm wondering if it's if they got enough for 2 straight days, if this holds up.
Pace yourselves.
Saludos gente de Nicaragua, Nicaragua en la casa, Nicaragua, vete, activa ese internet.
That's the great thing about the World Baseball Classic. There is no pacing yourself.
Estamos 4-2, Berker.
Pasquantino 0 for 2.
Latinoamérica en la casa. Vamos.
Looks at a strike from Luzardo.
Latinoamérica, Centroamérica.
Little pop.
Otro out, fácil.
Tovar. 2 at the 8.
Señores, 6 outs más y terminamos.
Movies?
No.
Ferris wheel?
No.
2 entradas más no quedan.
What the fun? Hey, I'm about to smoke
Mi
you
gente
like
linda,
a
activen los comentarios. Suscríbanse, denle a me gusta. Denle ahí dedito para arriba. Mi gente de Latinoamérica, compartan el canal.
We need that.
Unlimited play for just $1 a day. Only at Dave & Buster's.
Mi gente de Centroamérica,
Everywhere, delivery and
Sudamérica.
setup can be as
Mi
easy as,
gente de
well,
México,
doing nothing.
Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panamá, Ecuador, Bolivia, Perú, Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay,
Room of choice delivery and
Colombia.
fast expert setup.
Brasil, la casa, Brasil.
We used to do our own lawn, like our neighbor Gary,
Then we got a golf course quality lawn from True Green.
which attracted golfers.
What's this course called again?
Chimpún.
The golfers
Mi gente de Perú, mi gente de Perú. Saludo a Jin, un saludo a Jin que está ahí conectado. Jin, comenta, ¿qué pasa?
kill him with that thing.
This weekend.
True Green.
Hey, you coming, mate?
Trust me, they're pros.
I'm in.
The easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Sign up now at truegreen.com.
Mi gente de Nicaragua, el partido está 4-2. Me están escribiendo ahí que están atrasados allá. El internet no llega en todos lados igual, mi gente. El partido está 4-2, mi gente de Nicaragua.
Rated E for everyone.
¿Quién gana, mi gente? ¿Quién gana hoy, mi gente?
Welcome back to the
Comenten ahí quién gana.
performance sponsored by Capital One.
Italia o Venezuela. ¿Quién va a la final? A lo que se ve, Venezuela. Pero todavía falta. La final yo creo que va a ser arepa y hamburgues.
4 hits over the first 6+
Arepa
innings, and then
y-
they explode right there. And it was like
y
a
hamburguesa.
tidal wave of noise that came over this place. Ezekiel Tovar leads
Arepa
off,
y
takes
con
ball
fre-
1 from Kyle Nicholas.
Arepa y con freo, arepa o hamburguesa. Comenten ahí.
4-2. Venezuela's never been to the championship game. Rich as their baseball history is, only the United States and the Dominican Republic
Plátano
have
Pavo ya no
players
está.
in major leagues. Then the country of
Métele la
Venezuela,
cachapa,
let's go by opening day rosters from last year. There were 63 Venezuelans on major league rosters. As much talent as there is, this event hasn't really treated them too kindly. Hadn't been to the semifinals since 2009 prior to this trip.
Gucci. Saludos para Gucci en la casa.
Surprisingly, it never cracked through to the championship game. All 3 on Tovar.
They've got a really good team and a really good chance now that they scored those 3
Bien, saludos de
runs.
aquí,
Still
desde la cabina.
pretty intense as this finishes. Omar talked about the importance not only his dad has had,
Bien,
but
suscríbanse al canal.
honestly, what Salvador Perez means to him, and the glowing respect of Salvador on and off the field, and just said he would do anything for him.
As Andres Jimenez did, he got emotional when you asked him about it. talking about the person that Salvador Perez is. He said, there's the obvious stuff that he's done as a player, but the things that he does that nobody sees back in Venezuela. And Omar made the point, it's not just for his family, it's not just for people that he knows, it's all kinds of people that he's never met. Salvador Perez once told Omar Lopez, I'm not taking any money with me. I'm not taking, my day comes, I hope I don't have any money. Other people got better use for it than I do. So he's always given. There are a lot of people that can use that help back in these guys' home country of Venezuela. Been a rallying force, this team. Country watching their run.
Well, I know he's not just catching now, playing a lot of first base, but boy, what a bulldog he's been behind the plate. I mean, he set the standard along with Yadier Molina. Just so many games he would post up behind the plate.
Going into his 15th year is Salvador Perez. Jimenez down on strikes, 2 gone in the 8th. Hit 30 home runs, drove in 100 last year. 9 All-Star selections, 5 Gold Gloves, and a home run title. That was in 2021. There's only one other catcher that can claim a trophy room like that, Johnny Bench. Wow. Here's Abreu. Be interesting to see if Perez is in the lineup tomorrow. Omar Lopez said all bets were off for the championship. It's been back and forth between Perez and William Contreras. Said, look, it's spring training. These catchers are still getting ready too. They don't typically catch back-to-back days during spring training, so he wasn't going to put that on these guys here. All bets off for the championship, though. Suarez has had 2 walks today. The other spot where you could play Perez would be DH, but Suarez is homered. Probably not taking his bat out. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Nicholas. See if Italy's got some more magic. To the bottom of the 8th.
New Cologuard Plus?
Yeah.
Colon cancer screening delivered to your door? Check. No prep? Check. Non-invasive?
Checkity check check. And it detects 95% of colon cancer, similar to colonoscopy.
Checkity check check check.
The Cologuard Plus test is for people 45 plus at average risk. False positive and negative results may occur, not for those at high risk. Introducing Cologuard Plus. It's the box that checks all the boxes for screening. Ask your provider or request Cologuard Plus online.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. And turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide.
Yo le canal familiar, pero también vamos al nightclub. Ahí alguien escribió, estoy leyendo que vaya al nightclub. Le vamos a hacer un live del nightclub. Suscríbanse al canal.
A superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Travelers swear by this one trick. What's up with Mom?
She's been scrolling travel advice for hours. Now she's got influencer brands.
Vamos a hacer el live de un nightclub en New York.
They compare hundreds of sites so
Desde
you
New
always
York
get
City.
your right.
Kayak. Got that right.
Mama's back, fam. You installed this?
Even had a few screws left over.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. That's why with Farmers, you can get quality and savings.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Play Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, you can scan the QR code on the screen or go to playball.org and follow @playball on social media. Bottom of the 8th inning, Team Italy running out of chances, trailing for one of the first times in this tournament. Andres Machado, who spent time in the major leagues with the Nationals, last few years one of the top closers in Japan, on to work the 8th inning. DeZenzo, Caglione, and Fisher coming up for Italy. That's 5, 6, and 7. After Italy got 2 runs against the starter, Cater Montero, the bullpen has combined for 5 2/3 scoreless innings. First pitch, roller to third, routine Garcia. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Team Italy's going to have to get somebody on base to create some stress again right now. Down 2.
Caglione. Strike 1. Right now, they got to be looking at that 6th inning when they had the bases loaded. Angel Serpa is able to get out of it. 0-2. Former Florida Gator down here in Miami. Caglione on an 0-2 pitch. Waves and misses. 2 out.
Well, this bullpen, you talked about it. That's a great changeup, too. This bullpen has been really, really good in a game to keep them in striking distance, and then offense takes the lead.
Walking a single for Fisher. Really trying to get some kind of traffic to your point to ensure that some of the big hitters at the top of the lineup get a chance. Fisher, the 7 hitter. Only 4 outs with which to work. Man, oh man. Seven pitches from Machado, 7 strikes.
Tremendo pitcher, señores. Tremendo pitcher. Muy bueno el pitcher.
It's a 1-2-3-8
¡Asesino! ¡Asesino! Se le llama eso.
From its first trip to the final.
Buen pitcher, señores, buen pitcher.
Charlie, here. I'm here.
I'll be right back.
Good, Charlie. Come, sit. Let's go home. Charlie, stop. Charlie, what are you doing? Charlie, will you stop that? Charlie, are you crazy? Silly dog. No more treats for you.
Sorry, where were we?
You crazy dog.
Red Bull gives you wings.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by Authority of World Baseball Classic Incorporated and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
A new year dawns on the face of America. Now the journey can begin. The midterm elections. Fox News will be with you every step of the way. America is watching.
The IndyCar Series rolls into Barber, where Palou, Newgarden, and a hungry Pat battle for a win. The road to Indy continues. Sunday, March 29th on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
Large drift for Will? Yep. Yeah, that's me. Mate?
There's no shortage of wills out there. You need a will to walk your dog? There's like 4 in your area.
Will.
Want a will who writes wills? You're gonna be fine. But if you want a will who'll give you a free lesson in sign language from the open cockpit of a land rocket, well, there's only one will like that. You want to catch willpower? Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
Back here in Miami, Venezuela is 3 outs away from advancing to the championship. They've come back in this game in the same way they did against Japan in the quarterfinals, from down 2-0 to lead 4-2. Team USA waits after holding off the Dominican Republic 2-1 last night. Nolan McLean, the rookie, will be on the hill for USA. If Venezuela hangs on, that'd be Eduardo Rodriguez taking the ball. Ron Marinaccio comes on to pitch for Italy. 8-9-1 for Venezuela coming up. It'll be the same thing for Italy in the bottom of the 9th inning. Suarez 2 walks in this game. 2-time All-Star. Played all last year with a broken middle finger. Down 1-2. Nice through it though. Didn't really take any breaks.
Fastball cutter combination's pretty darn good for this young man.
Got him on 3 pitches. Sprinkled in the changeup there. 1 out in the 9th. Then up comes Jackson Chourio, who it looked like just a nice little 2-out single. It was the first of 4 in a row to change this game for Venezuela.
Well, there was a coin toss. And that coin toss was if Venezuela wins this game on who is going to be home field for tomorrow. And USA won that coin toss.
So Americans will be the home team, although that'll be the only way that it'll feel like they're the home team.
That's correct. The crowd anticipating 3 more outs, anticipating tomorrow. Italy trying to change that.
Be a road game on home turf. Chourio, Chopper, Antonacci, 2 gone. The Team USA offense still yet to really click on all cylinders. They've been saving it up for the championship game. It was enough last night with a splendid pitching, holding the Dominicans to just 1 run. Paul Skeens delivering as advertised in his 2 World Baseball Classic starts. Acuna, who tied it with an infield hit. I don't know if it was possible for you to hold Paul Skeens in any higher regard than you did coming in, but I think he somehow
went through
went
the
over
roof.
the notch.
Yeah, sure did. Everything he's done, said, been part of, bought in, and delivered.
Acuna sends one in the air to left center field. Noise on the run, gets there. So to the bottom of the 9th, and all of Venezuela will fasten the seatbelts, leading 4-2. 3 outs away from a place they've never been.
3 out más, estamos en la final. 3 out más.
Great football is back.
Vamos, mi
It's
gente,
the
actívense,
UFL
actívense, mi
kickoff
gente,
on Fox.
actívense en el canal.
Friday, March 27th, it starts with a bang as the perennial powerhouse Birmingham Stallions take on the newcomer Louisville Kings. With new teams and new rules.
UFL is a testing lab for the future of football.
This is Football Reimagined. The UFL kickoff begins Friday, March 27th and continues Saturday and Sunday on Fox and ESPN.
The IndyCar Series rolls into Barber, where Palou, Newgarden, and a hungry pack battle for a win. The road to Indy continues. Sunday, March 29th on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth. Brady's back on the field for the Fanatics Flag Football Classic on Fox.
LFG, let's go!
A first-of-its-kind three-team round-robin tournament with the best of the best. Featuring the GOAT and Jalen Hurts, superstars Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow, and Team USA Football. A world-class showdown live from Los Angeles. I'm fired up. Saturday on Fox.
All right, I'm gonna change your world. That's gonna be interesting. Let's go. I love to root for great. Yeah. I want to watch history. You want to root for the underdog. Good luck with that. In sports, people hate what they fear. They hate the Cowboys. They hate LeBron. I've got a lot of haters. Truth hurts sometimes. I'm controversial when I don't even mean to be. It doesn't matter how many times I'm right. You'll still argue with me. This is The Herd.
A 3-run seventh inning has turned around this semifinal. Venezuela with a 4-2 lead to the bottom of the ninth inning. And Daniel Palencia is on to try and close it out. A guy that wasn't even on the Cubs opening day roster last year. By the end of it, he was their closer. 22 saves, and he'll be in that role to start this year. First things first, though. Trying to lock down a trip to the championship.
Yeah, 99 mile-an-hour fastball. So he's got the slider and the split, the curveball. He's got it all.
He's always wanted to do this. He's always wanted to play baseball, but he was having a hard time breaking 90 as a teenager.
Me cambiaron el pitcher. Mi gente, me cambiaron el pitcher. No sé por qué cambiaron el pitcher.
Bueno,
justamente qué bueno.
Then he got his chance, started to gain velocity. Wait till you see what that velocity is these days for the kid working in the food truck who had no chance, according to the scout. Good chance you're going to see triple digits out of Daniel Palencia. Brian Rocchio to pinch hit to open this ninth. He swings and misses at 100 from Palencia. Rocchio just added to the roster. Venezuela's with a 4-2 lead. Italy's 2 runs came in the second. All zeros from the Venezuelan pen. Quickly 0-2. Eight, 9-1 here for Italy. Dante Nori follows, and then the top of the order and Sam Antonacci. Pasquantino will be the 6th hitter in this inning. Another 0-2. Pop up. Left field. Abreu. 1.
2 outs, 2 outs, 2 outs, 2 outs nada más. Y pasamos a la final.
These situations, when you're out in the ninth, make them hit their way on. Go right after them. Solo home run does nothing, but a walk or a base hit brings that tying run. Even though a solo home run brings a tying run, it's earned.
Nori flails and misses. Palencia, the 6th reliever of the game. Try to do what the first 5 did and put up a goose head. Is the one that Dante Nori is fouled off, and it's strike 2 just like that. Pre-game at 7 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night on Fox. Championship game at 8. Team USA look for its first championship since 2017 against the first-timer. 1 ball and 2 strikes. What a run this has been for Italy. Team nobody saw coming. Last remaining unbeaten. Down to the last 2 outs. Down to their last round as Valencia strikes out Nori.
Bravo. Buen picheo, buen picheo, buen picheo. Un out más y se acabó.
He's going after him. Top of the zone. Go ahead and hit it.
Look like we're going to get a court storming here. Go down there and look down the goalpost.
Si tenía razón el manager. Cambiar el pitch. Está bueno el pitch. Está bueno.
It's up to Antonacci. Strike one. This team has united the Venezuelans living here in Miami. In a lot of ways, it's united that country. While carrying the weight of the responsibility of knowing that that's what they have a chance to do. Valencia to Antonacci with a 1-1 pitch. Set time call. Dancing in the streets of Maracay Saturday night after the win against Japan. Party's only going to grow if they can get one more out.
It's over.
Here's the 1-1. Bounced in there. Ball 2. Dominic Canzone is in the on-deck circle. He would pinch it for John Birdie. More home run power than Birdie has. Antonacci can find a way to keep Italy's hopes alive.
Anyway, anyhow, get on base.
Here's the 2-1. Ball 3. It would be fitting if there was a walk here, if there was a tough at-bat to extend Italy's run. Antonacci on 3-1. Fouls it into the glove, and they're down to their last strike.
Señores, Estados Unidos, Venezuela. Se lo voy a transmitir en vivo. Arepa y hamburgues, con fle y arepa. Con fle y arepa. Felicidades, chamos, felicidades, chamos. Vamos con todo, vamos.
Victor Martinez over there with Francisco Cervelli, the Venezuelan-born Francisco Cervelli. And Omar Lopez, who has devoted his life to Venezuelan baseball, and said, look, all I can do is try to make my country happy, try to make those people back home smile, give them a team that they're proud of. Mission accomplished. Team Venezuela will play the United States for the gold medal tomorrow night.
I mean, they're like 8-year-olds. I mean, they're so happy. I mean, Salvador Perez is jumping around like he's 10. And that's how much it means to that team, the coaching staff. And that's the difference. You get here and you get to that point almost.
Uncharted territory for Venezuela. On to the championship for the first time. We go down to the field, into that party. Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Joe. Ronald, you're the first Venezuelan team to make it to the WBC final. What was it like tonight, playing before this crowd, knowing your entire country was behind you?
Hey, man, I'm so excited. A lot of emotion. My family's there. Every fan from Venezuela is there, you know. Like I said before, I just want to make my people proud, and that's what I did today.
When you guys were down 2-1 in the 7th inning, 2 outs, how worried were you that this might not happen?
When I go here and dive in, I don't think about nothing. I just wanna put the ball in play. That's what I do. I get on base and Michael do his job.
When you hit that ball, did you think it was a hit?
Yeah, absolutely. When I touch, he can throw me out in the vertical. I can run too.
Ronald, tomorrow night, you play Team USA for the championship. If Venezuela wins, what kind of party will there be back home?
Amen. That's why my country need that win tomorrow. But USA got a really good team. We have a really good team too. But let's see what happens tomorrow.
Ronald, thank you. Congratulations. Back to you, Joe.
Vamos Venezuela, mañana la final.
This party taking on Team USA. Venezuela against USA for the championship tomorrow night. We'll take a break and be back to Miami after this.
Hasta luego, señores. Tengan buena noche. Yo creo que está bien la transmisión va a llegar hasta aquí, señores. Pasen buena noche. Muchas gracias por conectarse.
Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on FS1.
Suscríbanse al canal. Activen la campanita para el partido de mañana. Que tengan buena noche, señores.